else, did you talk to all the board members, or did you? I know you got.
Talked to David, he said he tried to make it. I didn't talk to Ron.
Okay, I did, and he's still, there's still social distancing, that's what he told me. Okay, we'll go ahead and start. It's 5 o'clock and call the meeting to order. This is a special call meeting to potentially, possibly approve the first reading of the budget. This is a voting meeting, and we do have Phyllis, go ahead and do a roll call, please.
Alderman Speck.
Present.
Alderman Langford. Alderman Coleman.
Here.
Vice Mayor Dodson.
Here.
Alderman Dale.
Here.
And Alderman Bishop is not here.
So we have enough for a quorum. We have 4 present. That takes care of the quorum. Absent is Mr. Dishman, which called me, is still doing his social distancing. And maybe David will be here in a minute to join us. So, folks, today I present to you the 2019-2020 budget. And before we go to the before we go line item by line item, I just want to go over some highlights, and then we will talk about each as we go down. So, I am proposing, I'm going back to the MTAS rule where they have recommended, and we just haven't done it. We've got to do a little bit better job. And I've got to recommend it a little bit better too on more property tax revenue. So I'm recommending to this board as a 25-cent property tax increase for the town of Livingston, which will the penny is still $7,000. Okay. Now there is going to be and we have talked to Ms. Boone yet. They are reassessing the property, but we will not know our difference until the 15th of June. So, and then we'll see there what the penny goes up to. So that is one of the highlights as far as revenue goes in. I'm just going to go sheet by sheet here. We'll talk about the significance of that here in just a minute. We'll talk about what it does to property values. That if you've got a property that's valued at 100,000, 150, 200, so we'll talk about that shortly. Just quickly going, looking at page 2 there. There's really no big changes there in page 2. Page 3 is your public safety, police department, and let me say this. We are currently 6 employees down through attrition, and we have chose not to hire back. And
That's citywide.
That's citywide. And and I promise you the supervisors would absolutely love to have them back yesterday, okay? So I just wanted to tell you that this is a budget that is cut as thin, but it also, I think there's some good business decisions in here to allow the city to continue on, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So public safety, there's nothing there that's going to jump out at you. In the fire department, something new that we have had to do, and I talked to Joel about it. I thought we'd have another line item, but for the first time, we have got, we are taking care of our own traffic lights. The city of Cookwater, a neighboring county, has been fortunate over the years to take care of our traffic lights, and you can see in the equipment there, we're up to about $43,600, and that will take care of the traffic light division. Again, the traffic light division, come on in, Dave. The traffic light division will be ran from the fire department, so that'll be just their duties that they're assigned to. David, I'm just hitting some highlights, but I'm about to go through the whole thing again, okay? Inner streets, inner streets is kind of where the general fund got hit a little bit there, as you can see. There's a decision that I think the board needs to make about paving in the city limits of Livingston. As I said, the 25-cent property tax increase is what I'm recommending to the Board of Alderman. But no, please note that 21 cents of that is earmarked for paving. That's $1 million worth of paving in the city of Livingston. And and I did get a amortization that is with, of course, you all have to vote on it, but that's even when it comes, whether you vote on this or not, you still have to vote on it. That is if the city wanted to get a loan for $1 million, or pay would be $116,000. The 25 cents brings in 175.
Can you repeat that? The 25 cents brings in.
$175,000.
Gotcha.
Person with a $50,000 home, how much would the 25%?
Yeah, I'll
25 cents increase their taxes?
with a $50,000 home,
Yeah.
it'd be $31.25. And I'll hand this out to you in just a minute.
For the year.
Yeah, for you. Now let's go ahead and hand it out now.
Thanks, sir.
Go. There you go. But as I'm talking, you can kind of look at that. Seems like a real high number, but when you put the pencil to the paper there, it's, don't get me wrong, an increase is an increase. But if you break that down over 12 months, I think it's very doable and very affordable. Also, what you're going to hear today too is I took a stab and want for the board's approval too, is leasing some products out. We have got some vehicles that are on the brink. We have got vehicles that has got 15, 20 years, over 150 to 200,000 miles on them. We have got a front end loader that is just about quit on us, that is used every day in the street department. So those things I have fixed by leasing. Page 4 there, you'll see that the equipment on leasing, leased on 36 months.
So it's a lease purchase?
Yes. Yeah.
You're on page 4, did you say, Curtis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
First paragraph on.
At the top of the page, it says city streets, page 4.
Yes,
Okay.
I see
I'm
that.
on the wrong page.
Now,
Yeah, page 4 at the bottom of your page, Dave.
Right here.
Yeah. Got it.
City streets.
Yep.
Kurt, Mayor, where's the lease stuff in here?
Yeah, it's,
Where is it?
It'd be 111,077 under equipment. That's what we would pay. $51,778 is what we would pay per year. It'd be $4,314.90 per month.
That's fine, I'm just trying to find out.
Right. And let me tell you this, I do apologize for not being able to get to it. This is a little touchy, and we truly just got finished Okay, so but anyway, the payment is $4,314 a month. That times that by 12 is $51,778.80. You'll pay $155,336. That is for a Caterpillar lease, the purchase deal.
I'm sorry, Mayor, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Okay, it will be a monthly payment of $4,314.90. And then a month, and then it would be, for the year, you'd pay $51,778.80.
For how many years?
For a total of 3 years, of total $155,336.40.
Then it's ours?
That's right.
Oh. So basically, we're financing the loader for $155,000 over 3 years?
That's right.
Okay.
You're leasing that. It's a lease
But
purchase.
it's ours.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right, that's right. That's right.
But we don't have to buy it after the last payment, it's ours, is that correct?
Oh, then after you make the last payment, it's yours.
Okay. I know a lot of places, when you lease a car or something, you'll lease it at a low amount, and then when it comes to the end, you can buy it for X amount of dollars.
That's right.
That's not this case?
That's not this case on this loader, that's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Curtis, if I can, so that 155,400 is the total of the 3 years, but we've got all of it listed in this 1 year's budget, and
No.
it's,
No.
that's what I'm saying on page 4, I just.
That's a mathematical, that's an accounting adjustment. If you're gonna, if it's not an operating lease where you return the assets back in at the end of the term, they call it capitalized lease. And accounting standards require that you bring revenue, if you expense the entire asset the first year, you also bring in capitalized lease proceeds as an offset.
So where's the offset here?
Down below, it's on where no bond proceeds would normally be, 155.4. There's an inflow,
So it'd be in the revenue section?
No, that's
no,
what
it's on page 4, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, page 4 is the expense side.
Well, the expenses up above in street, it's in the 147,
Oh, okay, for equipment right there.
right?
147, okay, so that's your expense side, and then you're bringing it back down here under your capitalized lease proceeds. Proceeds, that's the key word.
Proceeds.
Okay, got it.
Let's think of that. Oh, we usually have the chipper in there, which makes 6,207.
Right, that's right. And we had to cut some things. And
I don't think we have.
What's the difference between buying it and leasing it, dollar wise?
$14,000.
We're saving this
No, we're
It
paying
comes to
$14,000
more
over
to
the
lease
price.
to lease it.
That's correct.
So
Did-
36 months, $300 a month,
But,
$400 a month it is.
but I think in the.
We're paying $4,314.
I know, but I'm saying it's costing us $400 a month
Yeah.
or so to lease
right.
it, do
That's
it.
right.
Right.
That's right.
Kelly, your equipment, man, what do you advise to do, buy or lease?
Well, in a municipality, I don't think we can afford to purchase such a large piece of equipment and expense the entire purchase in 1 year.
We'll add that.
If I was buying a crane, I would amortize it out over 5-7 year period, whatever I expect the reasonable life to be in financing. So this is the financing tool, basically, the way I see it, isn't that right? I mean, I don't know how our city could go out and just,
It sounds a lot like the financing, if you've got monthly payments and then it's yours at the end of the payments.
That's right. That's right.
it's like buying a house or a car, most people. are like
So,
financing.
and looking at our, is there any questions on that? I don't mean to cut you
If
off.
it breaks down, it's on them, right? Not us. On the-
Yeah, what
Yeah.
about the,
Yes,
If we buy it. we
that's
can
right. That's right.
do the repairs, right?
okay, but if we lease it, do they do the repairs?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
under warranty.
Okay.
It's under warranty. It'd be a new one. Same thing we're talking about doing, each department is charged about $27,500 for leasing of vehicles. We have got a group of vehicles that are just knocking on death's door, it's just costing us a little bit out of maintenance, so. I've talked to Enterprise Fleet, the airport would get one, codes would get one, fire would get one, the garage would get two, gas would get three, parks would get two, street department three, water and sewer would be seven, be a total of about 20 vehicles, that, we would get, and it averages out about, be about a 3-year deal, that we, of course, we would have to budget that every year. And then, David, after that, we can get out of the lease, no strings attached. We
So at the
can,
end of that lease, they're not ours.
that's right. We can buy for what they have on it, on the books. Or we can, let's see, we can, redo the lease. If you do that, you get more vehicles. You get a new fleet of vehicles in.
Turn those back in.
You turn them back in and you get a new bunch, or,
Same question, what's the difference between buying and leasing?
well, there's a big difference, David. If I was buying, for instance, up at the airport, it's gonna cost $5,024.
To lease a
Yeah.
vehicle,
Yes, a year. Now,
a year.
a year. If I bought a vehicle like they need, which would be a passenger van, $27,000.
Okay.
You're gonna be paying about $15,000. For codes, a truck, I mean, we buy them here all the time, about $42,000. We're paying $13,000.
Again, do they keep up the maintenance on them?
Yeah, they're under warranty.
Or more?
They're all under warranty. So each department, you're looking at that. Flipping on over, I've got my notes. Make sure, so, in that street department is, the loader, a chipper, and a fog machine, which is a mosquito sprayer.
Chris, if we go back to the paving, what streets, has that list already been made, is that?
That list has not been made because, I talked to Wayne Peak about it today, we have been absolutely swamped.
Sure.
But we know that, obviously there's several streets that will fall in that under $1 million. Now, I had a conversation with Mark Odom, just the other day, and given the fact, and Mark Odom from Rogers, of course, this would be bid out, okay? But he was just saying that these prices that he gave us 2 or 3 years is probably gonna be the same. Obviously, petroleum has went down. So we'll just see, but I still believe could be going a long ways, okay?
Sure. I believe if I recall correctly, last year when we looked at the,
Tell me without me, excuse me, I'm gonna go back to work.
Okay, Dave, sorry, hey, call me if you want.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You too,
be safe, Dave. I believe if I recall correctly, when we looked at these, bids a year or so ago before we did the Carr Avenue area, it was gonna cost roughly $4 million
That's
to
correct.
repave every street in
Mhm.
town.
That's right.
And of course, we did about, what,
We did $500,000
then. So, has it been 20+ years, Mayor, since we've repaved some of our streets,
Oh,
resurfaced
sure
some
it
of our
has.
streets?
No question.
So really, we've let this go way too long.
That's right.
We need to be doing some every year to keep up with it.
And that's why your property tax is here. So if the board here decides that we don't wanna pay any, then, you know, the taxes don't go up, but you're still behind the 8 ball. You're getting behind the 8 ball more and more every day. We've got some streets that, just need it badly.
I think on a positive note, as painful as a tax increase is for so many people, on a positive note, the idea that you have structured it to earmark 21 cents of the 25, dedicated to a specific need that we have as a community, makes it more palatable, I think, for most people, knowing that it's going to a specific, it will be used specifically for enhancing, you know, our infrastructure. So I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you, Alderman Coleman. So if you look at page 5, the only thing that's gonna jump out there at you is, the paving again, and that's where we had to put $100,000 in there. Joel said that, I thought I could move that around a little bit, but, he says it needs to stay right there at $100,000. So even though that we'll be making a payment, that's what he said it needs to do. So Joel's here if you have any questions for that.
Joel, do you mind explaining that?
Well, it's kind of complicated. There's a calculation that the street aid fund has to bear a certain amount of the city expenses. It'd be easy to have the general fund bear those expenses, but in order to get your state, gas tax, there's gotta be a certain amount borne by Tennessee, or by the street aid fund. That's why we got that amount. I don't know if it's that exact amount, but it definitely has to carry some weight there.
Okay. I also just recall that last year at the city of Cookville, they did a 10-cent dedicated tax increase for their streets. Do you remember that?
Now, dude,
Right.
of course, their penny brings in quite a bit more than ours.
Absolutely, right. But I just remember that they did a dedicated tax increase for a specific infrastructure need.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Does any of our liquor tax go into this?
Yeah, we have got, that's it reflected in the sales tax. I didn't go over any of the revenues, I was gonna go back, I just kinda hit that, but we were projecting it. So as you all know, I'm not telling you nothing, but of course, the budget has to be passed for July 1, which is, it's tough on us because your May and June projections, or your final numbers, not projections, are not even in yet when you submit the budget. So right now, with the packaged liquor store has brought in right at about $62,000. So, and we still have May and June to report. Now, according to the owners of that, I think there's been some large purchases made due to the COVID-19, and that we think that sales tax will certainly show that in the next couple of months. So my projection is that we will have enough revenue that certainly will take care of the payment that we did last year for the $500,000.
Right, we budgeted I think we budgeted 80,000 in our last year's budget from packaged liquor, which was to offset that one payment to pay the
Right.
car revenue. So it sounds like you're gonna be on target on that.
Right, that's right.
And he's not been open a full year, so.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard to get that number.
And he's already at 60, he's got probably his 2 best months yet to report.
Yes.
So on page 6, we have no home rehab grant this year. The drug fund, there's nothing that is gonna, I mean, you can take a look at it if you want, there's nothing in there that's gonna jump out at you. It's kind of basically about the same thing. Industrial development fund, we don't have that, nothing there. Get on to general debt service. Joel does that. Joel, you wanna talk
I
about
have a
that?
quick question.
Okay, yes, sir.
On your, other revenue, sale of assets,
Okay.
$100,000, he sells assets every year, right?
Right.
And does he give you like a list every year of
Oh,
what he's
yeah.
gonna sell?
It comes to the board. Absolutely.
Okay, so in other words, you're expecting him to sell,
Yeah, and $100,000 may be a
$100,000.
dozer or something he's got sitting up there to,
but that money, and the way I understand it, has to stay in
the drug
it
fund.
can only be used for certain,
That's right.
it can't just go back into the
General
street
fund.
department.
That's
It's
right.
gonna hook up with
That's
street
right.
department.
It'd be good,
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sorry.
but Joel, you wanna talk
So
about
you're
that?
asking me about the general debt service?
Yes.
So the only thing in the far right column is proposed of the existing first bond, principal and bond, so their debt requirements are just exactly like you see. The principal of $22,962.48.19, those are gonna be within just a few dollars of actual. Then we've got principal on notes, $84,126 for park paving, most recent paving note, $43,000. So that's only what's already carved in stone, what you're gonna be paying. $350,000 is a little bit less than last year's projected $358,000. We don't know what's gonna happen on sales tax because of all the economic shutdown, so we're being a little bit conservative there. It might be 360, it might be 345. So we're just kind of playing it safe and using that. So we're projecting 15,000 as a positive rollover. Anything else on that?
So going back to page 1, before we get into the enterprise funds, the water and gas and sewer, we just wanted to talk about revenues. I told you I'd go back. Just, we have proposed that as property tax. You'll see 1.2 million is what we're projected in property tax. We think that's a good number because we haven't quite, is that the same number?
You've got the same numbers I do, but we changed it to 1.4.
Okay.
6.2.
Again, guys, we really just got done with this 30 minutes ago. Hey, can you?
That adds 200,000 to your bottom line. That's gonna offset
What was that number, Joel?
1.462.
1.4.
So we'll get a clean copy reprinted. That, he's not kidding, we, at the last minute, made a few changes.
So
Yeah, I got that on my
the
notes.
bottom line is 3,555 of the total revenues.
It's gonna be 13555, correct?
3,555.
We can talk about the impact of that later on. Just know that the capitalized lease proceeds of 155 is just a paper revenue, where the $200,000 increase here is the cash projection.
Right.
So it's not like you've got 200,000 more to spend, you just got actuals of 200,000 in actual cash offset, paid for the payment and such, so.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend $200,000 more.
We'll pace ourselves.
We're projecting about $50,000 more, $50,000 more in local sales tax. And again, this is the 2021 budget. We're thinking to have a rebound from what we have seen so far. Okay. Anything else here? Building permits. We've got some homes being built here. We've got some folks that have made some pretty nice investments in Livingston on the downtown square and out in the community. So we're seeing a plethora of growth here, and so we're thinking those. Of course, we have 2 county buildings that are currently under right now, so we're thinking we'll see a little bit of that in that growth, and that plays in that number. Yes, sir, Kelly.
No, I.
Oh, I thought you had a question, sorry. And then it just goes back to the expenditures. And again, I apologize for you all not having this earlier, but we really just got done with it. We've been working on it pretty solid for several weeks.
Oh, right here, rejected. Mr. Mayor, I think it'd be good to go back to this handout that you gave us to give just a few examples of what an actual 25-cent tax increase would mean to folks.
Yeah, I can certainly read it aloud. At appraised value, $100,000. So the amount of increase would be $62.50. So
A year.
And I think Mr. Langford asked the question, if it was 50, I just cut it in half, say 31 and a quarter. And $150,000, it would be an increase per year of $93.75. If you have property value over at $200,000, it'd be an additional $125. If you have $250,000 assessed value, it'd be $156.25. 300,000 would be $187.50. I stopped at 300.
All right, so it's, you know, on your $200,000 property, it's roughly $10 a month. And remind me again, how long it's been since we've had a tax?
We've not had a property tax increase since 2016. So this falls right in, if you remember, MTS came in and told us that we get behind the 8 ball, Kelly, if we don't put a nickel a year in there for taxes, and we just haven't done it. And that we've just got to do a little bit better job in doing that every year. So the quarter makes sense.
Joel, in your experience, I know you work with other municipalities, is that common that you're recommend, do you also recommend
I do.
that they increase at least a nickel every year?
It's not usually done just because it's not popular, but it should be done.
It should be done.
Because your costs are not gonna remain constant.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Curtis, is there such a figure as the average home value within the
That's
city
what I was
limits?
curious about.
Do we know that?
How many fall within? I asked Phyllis that
We
last
know,
year.
that's okay, yeah, it's fine.
Remember I asked you, and we couldn't figure that out.
I could probably look at the tax roll and get these girls to look and
It's
see.
not all right, there's,
It'd be tough, but, I mean, probably $150,000 to $60,000, but I don't wanna get in judging people's homes, you know what I mean?
How about our city pool, with it being closed, is any of that could go into repairs?
Well, it is, that's what it's going for, Chris, and, we've saved some money, even though you're not gonna see it here. Obviously, the city pool is closed, we're not playing lifeguards, we have one employee over there and not, 15, and so, but next year, Lord willing, and, we think that the pool will be back open and employees will be back there, and so we're keeping those salaries right there where they are. They just make minimum wage.
So your plan then would be to sit down with, the streets and try to go over the inventory and, you know, attempt to prioritize the ones that are in the most need.
Absolutely.
As
Absolutely.
opposed to doing an area
That's right.
specifically. You just take street by street.
Yeah, and we can do it however the board sees fit. Normally what we've done is, the reason we did that neighborhood over there is it's just simply the worst. Yeah, so, and I'll have a list for you at the second reading, and then again, like I said, the board will vote on it. We'll put it out for bid, later on in the year, and we'll go from there. So hopefully we can get some good numbers again.
Joel, from your perspective, anything we're missing or alarming to you, or
No, I went on
worth noting?
line by line, and revenue is a little bit conservative, expenses are a little bit conservative also. I don't mean conservative that you can spend more, it's conservative that we hopefully plan for exporting. So I think it's solid.
So moving on to page 10 in the water and sewer fund, as you can see, the operating revenues, I'm not asking for any water rate increase, any sewer increase. Those rates will stay current as they are, revenues at $4.6 million of revenues in water sales. Nothing is really going to jump out to you until you get down to equipment. They are requesting a backhoe and dump truck, and usually we don't buy a new dump truck. We go buy a pre-owned one. but the, backhoe is at $105,000. Now, we just got a quote, from somewhere, of course, we bid that out. So that was, I think the quote we got is a New Holland extended boom, backhoe. The equipment, going on down in the water plant equipment repair, you'll see, that we kept $100,000 in there at Butler's Landing. Cause we just never know, you know, expect the unexpected. Hey, knock on wood, Phyllis reminded me that this year we've been good, but when it breaks down there, it's, my granny would say, Katie bar the door. So, but that's where we are there.
I think if we're paying $500,000 a year down there to run those pumps. And if we escape this year without any major repairs, it's probably an anomaly, and we most likely may face that before too long. I mean, those things are gonna require.
Materials and supplies, if you will notice that, I've got $180,000. And that went up $100,000 because we are looking at an automated water meter reading system, okay? So what that would be is as I've told you, we're 2 employees short right now. And several reasons we didn't hire back is, no one would lose their job. They would just simply go over to the water repair crew, and you'd have one water meter reader. And this would be the type of deal where one meter reader would ride around to all of our system, and all the data would feed back to City Hall. Okay?
You did the presentation on that last year.
That's right. That's right. So that's where the $100,000 is now. It's here. That doesn't necessarily mean that we have to do it, but it's there. So, you know, you may have people start coming in and talking to the board about different companies. Of course, we'll bid that out and things of that nature, but that's where we're at. So. And again, just of course keep remembering that basically an average of $27,500 for the vehicles for these departments, okay? And I've got these wish lists. Do y'all want to hear them from the departments? I put them in here. I told you what the big expenses is. The water plant is a OpTU turbiditor, capital controls, 5,000, water analyst meter, 5,000, portable chlorine pH tester. And that's what they give me to help operate the department. Rex, you still there?
Yep, still here.
All right. Thought you went to sleep on me, I didn't know. All right, so,
I got it on mute, it's not much road noise.
okay. Page 11.
By the way, congratulations, Rex, and Ken, and Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. In your sewer plant, nothing big that stands out. Danny has asked for a 40-foot shipping container for storage, $2,500 to $3,000, a concrete ramp to go to it, $1,200, paint $500, electric, rent to it $150, and some concrete block at $100 for a total of $6,300. So I included that too. That's at the sewer plant. In the natural gas department, no natural gas increase at all. We're looking at, we didn't, we're keeping the revenues the same because we think we're gonna have a little bit colder winter. We did not meet our goal here, our projection, simply because we didn't have a cold winter. That's just, the way it is, so, I guess it's global warming or whatever you wanna call it, but we just didn't meet. So, and on that wish list, there was a small trencher with a 6-way blade, a hole round for a track hole, new fusing equipment, a locator and a backhoe trailer with air brakes, and I've got all that in this budget. So that's,
It's important though to keep in mind for those who me, is what he's talking about right now is not the general fund.
that's right.
These are dedicated funds that are water, gas, et cetera.
Property taxes from
Property
city.
tax has nothing to do with it.
That's right. Zero. Mhm. These funds, water department, sewer department, water plant, sewer plant are self-sufficient. Folks, that's your budget.
I just want to make one quick comment. For the media in the room, I'm certain that you're anxious to get back and write a story, and the headline's going to be, City of Livingston faces 25-cent tax increase. Well, I hope you'll tell the whole story. And the whole story is that, yes, we're looking at a 25-cent tax increase, but we hadn't had one since 2016. And our certified financial planner, MTAS, et cetera, have recommended that we do at least a nickel a year for all those years. So we're kind of playing catch up. In addition to that, that 25 cents, 21 of it's dedicated. I'd really respect it if you would make certain that you clarify that in your stories. And also, I think it'd be important to put it in perspective for people. If you own a home, if your appraisal value is $100,000, that's $4.80 a month. So the headline's 25 cents, but let's bring it down to the level of reality, what it's gonna mean to pocketbooks for those in our community. Again, as the mayor said, it's $150 a year if your property's valued at $250,000. So I would just like to encourage you to make certain that you report all that, please.
Thank you, Alderman Coleman. Is there any questions of the budget? Any questions for Joel? I want to thank Phyllis, as always, for helping with this, and Joel. This one was a head scratcher. It was a toughie, like I said. We got done in the final hour, and we think that the projections that we have is a very reachable number, and we think it's a good budget. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the first reading of this 2021 fiscal budget for the town of Livingston.
I'll make a motion to move forward with this, and I want to reiterate what Kelly said. People need to be more informed than just the shockwave of 25 cents increase. And paving our city streets is needed. It's been needed for quite some time. And I've sat on the county court, and if you don't raise your taxes like we're recommended to, you get behind the eight ball. But like Kelly said, breaking this down by months it's pennies. It really is. And I want the public to know that. So I make a motion to move forward.
Motion made by Alderman Speck, second by Alderman Coleman. Any discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Phyllis.
Alderman Coleman,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Alderman Dale,
Rexdale? Rex?
Yes.
Yes.
Alderman Speck,
Yes.
motion passed.
Motion passed. We will meet again for the final reading. And anyone that just want to invite anyone that wants a copy of this budget, it's public record. Anybody that wants a copy of it can come to City Hall, request a copy of it. We'll get it to them. There's no charge. Or anyone that wants to sit down and talk about the budget, well, certainly we'll sit down with you and do that. Yes, Kelly, do you have, okay.
I'm just making sure they don't take the one that you just handed out, because there's a correction that they
Yeah, there is, that's right, yeah. Okay, we will meet again on the final reading. What's that date, Phyllis? the June the 29th at 5 o'clock right here at City Hall. If there's any other business, need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Ken Dodson,
Second.
second by Alderman Kelly Coleman. Any discussion? All for the motion, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like so. We're adjourned.